Hi, welcome. Today we're jumping into part 3 of my series of my personal health journey. It's the conclusion of the story, and we dive a little bit deeper into the nutritionals that I take and the lifestyle habits that I do for myself, as well as what I recommend for my clients. So these are like the top things that I do in my life to find healing and success. Hello, my name is Juanita Miller. I'm a holistic nutritionist and a skincare specialist, and this is part 3 of my healing story. Parts 1 and 2 are linked below. 1 was all about where I came from, what I was facing in my health, autoimmune conditions, and how that had just developed over my entire childhood and teens. Part 2 was what I did that was the catalyst that changed everything. The diet that I followed for 30 days that just transformed my life, that took me from being sick to finding freedom and some healing. Part 3 is when my friend asked me, well, why don't you go to school for this? You're so passionate for it. Like, you could become certified. And I was like, what? I don't know anything about that. Tell me more. So yeah, she piqued my interest. I went to the Institute of Holistic Nutrition that's in Vancouver, BC. And one of the benefits of being in school in person compared to being in an online school was hearing the conversations and the discussions about how everyone would approach a situation differently. So that allowed us to have a broader scope of how to help our clients. After I graduated, I was awarded a Diploma of Applied Nutrition, which gave me the designation of a Certified Nutritional Practitioner. CNP. But most people don't know what that is, so I just refer to myself as a holistic nutritionist. After that, we moved to a new city and I opened up my own private practice. I was in an office setting and I primarily worked with clients who had skin and gut issues. Gut issues are often a foundational piece of many diseases going on in the body, but skin is really where I love to help people. I have a background as a cosmetician and a hairstylist. I worked in the beauty industry for years and I loved it so much. So it was exciting now to be able to merge the beauty industry part of my history as well as now a holistic nutritionist. So I just loved working with those clients that had the skin issues, helping children with eczema, psoriasis, helping clear up acne and just improve their health and cleared up their skin. So as promised, we're gonna jump into the 8 healthy habits that I do now that I'm a nutritionist. So we'll just jump right in. Number 1 is food. It's recommended that we get 7 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. And I don't know about you, but I can't get that in. With my health issues that I have, there's a lot of vegetables that cause issues in my gut that send me straight to the bathroom. I have to be so careful. And so there was a product that I came across that helps fill in that gap. When we get food from the grocery store, it's often picked 6 weeks before the point of it ever showing up on those shelves. We're lucky if we can buy right from a farmer's market, but that's often not year round for where a lot of us live. This company, they make sure that they're picking at optimal freshness and nutrition. They then cold process the entire plant, including the peels, which is where most of the nutrition is. They dehydrate it, and the powder that's left over is put into capsules. And so that's what my family has started to take. This is what the bottles look like. And it's just these capsules that you can take. It's a 30-second habit to take these every day. They have a kids version as well. They're in the form of a gummy. They come in bags like this. And my kids just love these. This is what they look like. There's studies that have shown that when you take more fruits and vegetables in, whether it's in the form of actual fruits and vegetables or this encapsulated form, your taste buds change over time and you start to crave more and more. So the more fruits and vegetables you eat, the more you actually crave and you eat even more, and your body just goes down this path of being supported. Your cells are replaced with healthier cells. I have seen them working in my health and working in my clients' health, and those results are powerful. I have more energy. When I was a nursing mom, it helped with my milk supply. It helped with cravings, and I lost weight. There is just so many benefits of it, and it's not just my word for it. There is over 40 peer-reviewed clinical study that have spanned over 25 years. There is so much research behind these products. They are the #1 nutritional product that has been researched in the world. Number 2 on my list is water and hydration. Like, we need water. You need to flush out the toxins from your bodies. Your cells are constantly working and eliminating, and you need water to flush that out of your body. When you think about a grape, it's nice and plump. And when you think about a raisin, it's shriveled up and dried. And the only difference between the two is water. If you want youthful, healthy, glowing skin, you want your skin to be fully hydrated so it looks like the grape and not like the raisin. This is our Berkey. This is what we use for a water filter. You've put water in on the top. There's some charcoal filters in there. So it charcoals out 99% of bacteria. And then you just, with this little spout, pour water. We love our Berkey. We take it traveling with us. You can literally take lake water and put it in there and filter it through. Don't need to worry about water boil advisories. It's a little bit of an investment, so if that is not something that you can do at this time, even a Brita is better than just drinking city water. You want to filter out those extra things that are added into the water. Number 3 on my list is omegas. And I used to be a huge promoter of naturopathic fish-based omegas. But I've come across new research that really intrigued me. And so I experimented and I started taking some plant-based omegas that Juice Plus creates. And I didn't expect good results. I thought it would just be a short experiment and I would be heading right back to my fish-based omegas. But I have to say, I have loved these plant omegas. My skin looks so amazing. People are complimenting on my skin and I'm not dry like I used to be. I still apply a little bit of body lotion, but not in the quantities that I used to. So this is what it looks like. What's different about them is it comes from the algae that the fish eat. So you're skipping the middleman, the fish, that has potentially mercury poisoning and heavy metal toxicity, and they are completely vegan, including the capsule. If you have any kind of inflammation in your body, you want to get these. The research behind omegas is just so powerful for calming inflammation, so highly recommended. But there's more than just that. Your cell membranes, like every cell in your body has a membrane and it's made up of fat. And so you want it made from the best possible fats. You don't want it made from just saturated fats and that they're so stiff. You want movement and flexibility to it. So getting more quality omegas, 3, 6, 9, all of the omegas, this is a complete spectrum of omegas. It is gonna make your cells more fluid. It's just gonna make healthier cells for you and your entire body is gonna benefit from it. The 4th supplement that I take is magnesium. This is the one that I buy, CanPrev. But what's important isn't the brand. What's important is that it's bisglycinate and it's gentle. So anyone who has a looser stool, they're prone to diarrhea, you need to be getting bisglycinate form so that it's gentler on your body. If you're someone who's constipated and you don't go to the bathroom very often, you probably want to get the magnesium citrate. It can cause bowel movements, and so that would be what you're wanting. But our bodies need magnesium, and yes, we can get quite a bit from our food, but I find that my body needs a bit more. If I'm not getting enough magnesium in, I get a lot of headaches around my period. I sometimes get cramping. When I was pregnant and nursing, I definitely needed more magnesium. My body just craved it and spoke to me in the form of getting these headaches and cramps if I wasn't getting enough magnesium. So I would bump it up and my body would be happy again. So I tend to take a little bit of magnesium every day, and around my cycle I take just a little bit more to support my system. Number 5 is digestive enzymes and hydrochloric acid, apple cider vinegar, things that are going to support digesting foods. Some of us are so busy or we have issues going on in our body like adrenal dysfunction that our body doesn't produce all the enzymes that it needs. And so when we eat food, we often get bloated or different symptoms. So I take digestive enzymes. Does not need to be this brand, but I find just having like a complete spectrum, like we've got papain, on the French side, papain, pepsin, ox bile, pancreatic enzymes. I find that one's very important for breaking down protein. And then this one has added hydrochloric acid because that's something my body needs. I don't have enough hydrochloric acid. So that is extremely important for me. It might not be your issue. So it's good to talk to a health practitioner and find the right product. And bromelain. So I take digestive enzymes. Sometimes I also take additional hydrochloric acid. So that's what our stomach produces to break down foods, specifically proteins. And I just don't have enough. And so I need additional support. So sometimes in the form of the hydrochloric acid and other times in apple cider vinegar. So literally I pour this into a shot glass, just a little bit. I add a little bit of water to it so it's not so acidic, and then I swallow it. And the reason behind that is more acid produces more acid. So sometimes the issue, like when you feel heartburn, the issue is not actually that you have too much acid. The thing is, if you don't have enough, your sphincter there won't close. And so the hydrochloric acid splashes up into your esophagus and you feel heartburn. If you have enough hydrochloric acid, that sphincter shuts and you don't get the splashing. So sometimes our issue is we don't have enough hydrochloric acid. So yeah, I take that. I take a little bit of apple cider vinegar before my meals or with my meal, like in a salad dressing. I marinate my meats with it. I guess it's a little bit of an acquired taste. I just love how much better I feel when I take this before a meal compared to meals where I don't take it. Number 6 on my list is probiotic foods. So that looks like these. We've got kimchi and we've got sauerkraut. This is my favorite flavor. It's a dill and garlic. They have a plain version, which I know you can find at Costco in a really big jar for the exact same price as these tiny jars. You can also homemade sauerkraut yourself. For simplicity, I just picked these up, and lots of probiotics in this brine. So after you take all of the cabbage out of it, drink the brine too. It's really, really good for you. There are cases where I would recommend and suggest that someone takes a probiotic capsule. That would be after you've been really sick, sometimes after you've traveled, and also after you've taken antibiotics. Really, really important to reestablish that gut flora after taking antibiotics. And so sometimes, yeah, there is situations where you would want to take it above and beyond just what you're taking in your food. Number 7 on my list is vitamin D. During the summer, we do get a lot of vitamin D from the sun. It hits our skin and our body converts it, and we're getting vitamin D. But the rest of the year, we need to take extra. You can get your vitamin D's level checked so that you know where you're at, because it is a fat-soluble vitamin. And so you don't want to build up too much in your body, but it's so vital that you have enough, because most of us are deficient in it. So get your levels checked and then give that a try. The recommended dose is 1 drop, which is 1,000 IUs, but I will be honest that I sometimes take 8, 9, 10. If I'm really sick and been away from the sun, like in the middle of winter, I might take 20. Just your body needs this. It's so powerful for your immune system. So I would highly recommend checking those levels and getting some vitamin D. The last thing on our list is lifestyle habits, and I'm going to lump those all together. We've got sleep, exercise, our thoughts, and fitness. So touch on each of those just a little bit. So sleep is so vital. A lot of us have heard the expression, I'll sleep when I'm dead. But you might be dying sooner if you don't get enough sleep. Your body heals when you are sleeping. You have to prioritize sleep. For me, this is one of my personal biggest struggles. I have so many little things that I want to do, and I'm so passionate about nutrition and health, but I'm often staying up late studying. Once my kids are in bed, that's my me time, and I stay up too late, and I feel it the next day. My skin looks older. I look less youthful when I'm not rested, and my skin glows when I am rested. So just there on a beauty factor, beauty sleep is a real thing. But your body heals when you sleep. Give your body the rest that it needs. Be aiming for 8 hours, at least 7 to 8. Your body needs it. And in winter, it's natural to need to sleep a little bit more. It's just the way the cycles are of our body. We've also got exercise. It's so important that we do a little bit of fitness. And I'm not talking going to the gym for 2 hours a day. Optimally, you can get all your fitness in, if you're really intentional, in 20 minutes of HIIT. That's high intensity interval training, a couple times a week. You can tone your body, get your heart rate up. It's absolutely incredible. If you're someone who is stressed, adrenal dysfunction. You may not want to do HIIT though, because it does create a little bit of inflammation in your body, and you might not be strong enough for your body to heal well enough from it. So you might want to do more restorative things like yoga or walking, swimming, those things that are just a little gentler on your body, but still getting your heart rate up, working out a little bit of a sweat. The reason that fitness is so important is because it is the pump for our lymphatic system. Okay, let's talk a little bit about stress now. Stress is one of the biggest causes of illness in our body. I cleared up my diet and my psoriasis dramatically improved. But I came to a point to recognize that until I learned to deal with all the stress in my body, that psoriasis is never fully going to go away. All of these lifestyle habits that I'm talking about affect our genes. There's this thing called epigenetics, which I'm super passionate and excited about. We won't go into it in this video, but know that these kind of habits and how we manage our stress affects genes. They are expressed by the way that we live. And when we are stressed out, those negative genes are expressed, those mutated genes are expressed, and disease shows up in our body. So it is so important that we learn to manage that stress in our life, and not just for ourselves, but for future generations. The last lifestyle habit that I'm going to talk on is our thought process. And I'm not going to go super deep into that, just to say that the way we think does affect our health. If we're constantly down on ourselves, and I'm such a failure, I'm never gonna be successful at this, we are telling ourselves that and coaching ourselves that. But instead, if we're like, I get to try again, I messed up, but I get to try again, that is gonna propel you so much further. And it's really important to surround ourselves by people that are going to encourage us. Part of thought patterns is also your faith. I believe in God. I believe that He is ultimately the one in control, and that gives me such peace. I don't have to be the one who is striving and doing it on my own. I have a hero, a savior, and his name is Jesus. And so I can surrender everything to Him. I can say, God, I don't know what to do, these health issues, or maybe I'm stuck with a client. I don't have to worry about it because God is ultimately in control, and He will give me the wisdom that I need, and He will give people the hope and the peace that they need. So those are my 8 nutritionals and healthy habits that I have in my life and that I recommend for my clients. It's just been so healing in my own life, and that is now what I share with others. If you have questions about anything that I've talked about, please write below. You can also find me on Instagram and send messages through there. I've added links for all of the nutritional products that I mentioned in this video. Give all of that a look down below. Please subscribe and share this with someone who you know who's going through a health journey themselves. Thank you. Bye.